Welcome to all you Leos. This is your monthly horoscope for Leo for February of 2021. And what a month this is for the Leos. I really think about, when I see all that activity in your seventh house of relationships, it's relationships. It's unbelievable for you Leos. This doesn't happen that much, that you've got like a traffic jam of having like six planets in your opposite sign of Aquarius. So there's such an emphasis on you versus the other. So let's talk about this. First of all, I want to talk about two things in February about this overdose of energy in your seventh house, but also about the Saturn-Uranus square. I'll talk a little bit about that as well. Now, I talked about in January that you're having Saturn and Jupiter entering your seventh house of relationships. I already talked about it. And Saturn is it's contradictory energy because Saturn is a very strict planet. It's testing times when it comes to relationship. It's really going to show what's the relationship all about or not. Or even if you are single, it's going to show what do you want, what can you offer to someone, or what don't you want in a relationship. But with Jupiter there as well, there is definitely opportunities and expansion on the level of connection and relationship. Now, the adding of February is definitely in a positive way because you're also going to have Venus there in your seventh house with the sun and also with a new moon. On the 11th of February, you have a new moon in Aquarius as well. So a lot of endings and new beginnings in a relationship. So again, this is general horoscopes. When you are saying, for instance, yeah, my relationship is just, it's awful, more minuses than pluses, this could be the end, for instance. But if you are saying, we want to upgrade our relationship, this is really possible. Or meeting someone new, let's say you are single, this is definitely relationship energy that someone new can come in, and that you're really going to think about it a lot because of the Mercury retrograde as well in that same sign. So at the very end of last month, the beginning of February, Mercury goes backwards in your seventh house up until the 22nd of February. Then it goes direct again. So you're going to be reassessing. There's definitely someone there. Single or not, there's someone catching your eye. And there is like what you think about them now is not going to be the same, for better or for worse, what you're going to think about them later on in the month. And that's just the reassessment that I'm talking about. But you're going to have Venus, Jupiter together. It's and Valentine's Day. It's all around Valentine's Day with all this energy in your seventh house. So it's going to become very clear for you who is in, who's not in, who's significant for you, who is not. And but definitely more focus on other people than there is the focus on you. So there could be also happening news when you are in a relationship, happening new stuff with people that are close to you, right? Or the significant other person, that could be happening new beginnings for them. Endings, new beginnings, because of this new moon that is happening, the Mercury going retrograde and so on. And that has an effect on you as well. So, but all quite positive energy, positive planets passing through, and definitely some sort of expansion as well when it comes to understanding of other people, and of course because of that also an understanding of self. But they definitely are going to show to you what's going on with them in a gentle way because of the Venus there, and also because the Mercury. So an opportunity, if you're in a relationship and communication is not going well, you could go a little bit deeper. There could even happen a little bit of a crisis there because Mercury going backwards, and maybe some words that are spoken there and that you have to rethink what's going on here. But that's ultimately to get you into a better connection afterwards. So after, like, when Mercury goes direct again on the 22nd. So that's all pretty interesting, isn't it? And this another thing that is happening is the clash between Uranus and Saturn. It's going to happen 3 times this year. Once around and about the 17th of February, then in June, and then in December. And so now this is the first time that this Saturn in your 7th house clashes with Uranus in Taurus. And Uranus is in your 10th house of your career. But if you say, I don't work, it's about how you present yourself to the world, your public life. It's also your mum, by the way, the 10th house. So what could it mean? Uranus clashing with Saturn means the old is clashing with the new. Ultimately, Uranus is further away. Uranus is, you could say, has a bit more power, so to speak, than Saturn. And the further away a planet is, the harder it gets to deal with that planet. And but also the more changes it wants to give us. That's why people, when they're having Uranus transits or Neptune transits, Pluto transits, big things happen in their life. You are a fixed sign. So these planets are all in fixed sign, which means that, yes, if you are feeling like life and everything is on the line, it is like that. But changes can come, but slowly. That is because of this square, because of this tension between, yeah, I want to change, I want to get out of a rut, but I'm a bit afraid here that everything in my life will change because of that. If you have a bit of that feeling, it's correct. It is supposed to be like that. Now, Uranus wants to get freedom, and Saturn wants to stay the same. And Uranus is in your 10th house. So it's all about this change of your public life, change of work. A lot of Leos will have to change when it comes to their career with Uranus there. Maybe you already did that, or maybe you are implementing that. I'm not going to say that every Leo, certainly Leo risings, are going to work for themselves, because that's what Uranus represents in the 10th house, doing your own thing, being your own entrepreneur, so to speak. And it's energy that is a bit like it's my way or the highway. But it's certainly not an energy of, I'm going to work in a routine. That's not it at all. But Uranus in the 10th house is demanding those changes. So as Uranus gets the overhand, it is best to go towards that Uranus, right? But as I said, with Saturn there clashing it could be a partner that is resisting this, or it could be because of another person, a business partner relationship that is just making it hard for you. It could be the case as well. But whatever it is, this change will come for sure when it comes to your career, when it comes to your public life, when it becomes, maybe suddenly becoming a mom or a dad could happen as well with Uranus on the midheaven. Depending, of course, these are just examples, but because that is your social status, being married, being divorced, your social status can change, being single, being together, living together, and so on. All of these things, Uranus is trying to say, come on, let's get out of a rut here, let's do something new. And there are two kinds of Leos. There are Leos who are, most of the Leos are going to be fixed and they don't want to change that much. And my advice would be open for that change. Don't resist it too much. Take little steps and you will get there, because you've got a whole year for implementing this big change for you. And but if you're the kind of Leo that is a go-getter, that is, action, I would say slow down. Don't go too fast in like wanting your own career and just giving it all up where you work at the moment in maybe a corporate job that you're doing. I'm all fed up. I'm just gonna break the cords, and I'm just gonna do something like starting a YouTube channel, starting on my own. I would say slow down for those people, because that's the Saturn energy is gonna be there whether we like it or not. So respect both of the energies. So actually it means change for sure, but slow. That's basically it. That's what this whole Saturn Uranus is about. Change, absolutely. It's going to be life changing. That's why it's slow. and it's cautious and very, very interesting. I could go on and on and on, but Uranus wants to free you up for sure, but don't resist it too much and don't push it too hard either. That is basically what this is all about. Having said that, I think it's going to be a crucial month for you on many levels, relationships on many levels. Again, just try to listen to the universe, try to listen to the divine when you take a little step and see what happens. And or when you're doing nothing and see what happens, right? After these wise words, I'm going to leave it here, and thank you so much for watching. I wish you a very, very transformative month, dear Leos. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.